Hey, this is Eric from Bowling for Soup. They are, and I'm about 4 days in right now without one. So very much looking forward to the day off tomorrow and a hotel room to explore the cleanliness of the nether regions. You know, it's really strange. You know, we turned in June. Our band turned 20 years old, and it's been very, very cool. All the love and respect we've been receiving from all the younger bands out on the tour this year. And so, you know, we're the second oldest band on the tour, and the last time that we were on the full Warped Tour was in 2004, and so we were still, you know, kind of the newbies at that point, and now to be, you know, looked up to as some of the daddy-os is very, very cool. The way that the music on Warped Tour has gone, there aren't a lot of bands out here that are like us in our genre. Everybody's so heavy these days, and to see these bands that are doing, like, you know, hardcore stuff coming up, being on our stage, watching us play is very, very cool thing. Well, we never use a set list, and so kind of I'll say from day to day, we don't know what we're going to play, but honestly, within the first week or so, the set kind of works itself out, and I can pretty much call from song to song what's coming next at this point, you know, in the tour. So you know, it works itself out. You know, the landscape is very different than it was when we first started, but we've kind of always played by our own rules anyway, and so it doesn't feel like we're doing much. It doesn't feel like we're doing things much differently than we did when we first started, because we're just kind of doing what we want anyway, or what we see fit, you know, as the best next move, and so that's just the way that we've always done it, and it's seems to have worked out so far. The most up thing wasn't even this year. It was in 2004. We were on stage, and I quoted Billy Madison and said, you know, everybody that's cool is peeing their pants. And later on that day, we were at our merch booth signing, and these girls had waited a couple of hours in line and got up to the front, and they didn't have anything to sign. They didn't want to buy anything. They just kind of standing there, and, you know, starts getting a little uncomfortable. It's like, can we help you? Can I do something for you? And then you just see the dark spot start to grow in their pants, and these two lovely young ladies waited a couple of hours in line just so they could come pee their pants in front of us. Yeah, it was a little weird, slightly. I don't know that the mentality has changed. I think maybe our physical ability to be quite as insane as we used to be has changed a little bit. You know, we're all a little bit older. Things are calming down just a little bit. In fact, our tour manager was commenting 2 days ago. He's like, you guys are only going through 8 cases of beer a day. Like, that's pretty tame for you guys. Right now, we're currently working on in conjunction with the 20th anniversary, we're doing a 2-volume re-recording best of compilation. And so we're, as soon as we finish with Warped, we're jumping back in the studio to finish up Volume 1, which will be songs from the first 10 years. And then next month, we'll jump back in and start on Volume 2, which will be the last 10 years of our career. The idea is not to change the songs, just to re-record everything so that everything has a similar sound palette. Because, you know, were doing songs from 1994. The recording technology was not quite as great as it is now. So we just want everything to sound similar. As far as the recording quality goes, and that's why we're re-recording rather than re-releasing previously recorded material. It's funny because I never left it. The albums that I listen to on my iPod are absolutely from that era, and I feel so bad. Sometimes people are like, what new music are you listening to? And it's like, well, I'm not listening to any new music. I'm listening to the same stuff that I've been listening to for 20 years now. And it's just, that like 1989 to like 1995 is kind of like my golden era of music, and that's the stuff that I'm still listening to. Elvis Costello, Dinosaur Jr., Lemonheads, that's my perfect playlist for an evening in the bunk. The only thing that I can really say is that first of all, we honestly love what we do, and secondly, these other three guys are my best friends in the entire world, and so the fact that this far into it that we still get along is the that's the only thing that's kept us together. It's we set out to fight the fight together, and we've done it, and we still continue to do it. Success is a weird thing to define, because the fact that we're still able to do it, is success. Whether there was any monetary gain or album sales involved, that's secondary. It's to me, the fact that we've been doing it so long, and for some god awful reason, people are still coming to see us play. That's success as far as I'm concerned. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Just tip me over and pour me out. In my best Tom Waits. Hey, thank you guys for having me, and you can't watch this part right here.